What's up, everybody? Welcome to We're Offended, You're Offended. I'm Kim. This is Tyler. And it
This
is
fat fuck is Tyler.
Hump Day, bitches. Wow, chicka, wow, wow. Hope everybody's had a fantastic week so far. And thank you for joining us to help you get through the hump day. I mean, we're not going to be there when you get home, but, at least the day of
But
work will help you get through.
however, that bottle that you've been putting off, that Maker's Mark that you've just been longing for, the sleek, slender lines, the wax tip. Everyone loves a wax tip. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I know. I have it right next to the bed.
You gay.
Well, I
Well,
mean,
maybe not
dude,
really
you're on the Vogue.
weird.
I mean, I gotta, it's hump day.
You ain't wrong. All right. Speaking of Maker's Marks and giant dicks, um, we're going to be talking about the Christina Aguilera thing. I don't know if you've seen it, but so we're going to talk about. She's ugly. What the hell happened to her? I know I'm no Adonis. I'm aware I'm a fat fucking blob, but she's a like a paid performer. She was hot, like like I would
Oh, her dirty era, 100%. I tap that.
yeah, like she was a bit of a loose cannon. Hey, something you don't want to bring home to mom. But now ugh, she looks like I don't, okay. So we'll talk about that um, in U.S. news, but in Canada, after Emperor Womanizer himself came back from California, he was so gracious. The emperor, he is strict but kind. And so he let his subjects, you may now travel upon air airplanes, the planes of the air, the birds with the fixed wings.
Oh, so did he just have
You
to
you
test it
subject.
out like 1,000 times before, just had to make sure it was safe for you, you know?
Even though he contracted COVID and has continued to fly around. Uh, you know, God, it must be good to be the king. All right, so we're gonna talk about that. Do you know who Ezra Miller is?
No.
You're more the Hollywood kind of person. Take a quick look of who Ezra Miller, IMDb. So Ezra Miller is a actor, actress.
Oh, the guy from Flash that goes by girl name now. Right. Okay. Yeah, yeah. I know who that
Um,
is. Yeah, he's like
okay,
kind of a
so
piece of shit. He's like very aggressive and keeps getting arrested lately.
oh well, we're gonna talk about because again the idea of Hollywood and being full of groomers. Well, this person has been grooming a child since they were 12, and now this person's gone AWOL with this person.
What?
Yep,
Oh my
yep,
god.
yeah.
Well, you know what? I mean, when you're really like allowing people to parade around their mental illnesses and you're just indulging it and enabling it, what do you expect is going to happen?
Well, and this is what we've been talking about. How many kids need to be sacrificed at the altar of woke? I've said that many times. How many more? How many more kids need to be groomed and have like you want to talk about a mental condition after this? Could you imagine when you find out that hey, what I was doing was actually like wrong? Like
Yeah.
not and I don't mean subjective. Shut up, philosophy fucking 101s. But I mean like actually what has contributed to maybe I have some type of mental illness, how I can no longer hold down a relationship, all this type of stuff that because you were groomed for years. Think of every chick that's ever been in a strip club. What does everyone say? Oh, I'm sure she has daddy issues,
Oh,
like
100%.
that type of stuff.
100%. Yeah. That's like I think that's like the most common thing you can hear.
All right, so we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about how again Air Canada and our wonderful leader. And you know what? The beautiful thing, the nice tangy tomato sauce, the little spicy meatball on
Spicy
this, on them
meatball.
dropping the dropping of the vaccine mandates,
What?
the ratios. Mm, nothing makes me happier to see the ratios. The ratios always make oh god. Ugh. Um, but so we're gonna talk about that Omar algebra, or as we affectionately call him, Hey Arnold, because he looks like he has like a football head. So we're gonna talk about that, and then we'll finish off with Christina Aguilera, that giant 12-inch Hulk cock she's got flopping around for children to see. So,
Oh,
again,
Jesus.
remember, this is all about being inclusive. Yeah, so up to and including, all children. You want to, if this was, save it, save it. Okay, of course. Before we get into that and everything else that we might come up to, speak about, we're on YouTube, Rumble, Spotify. We're here 5 days a week. We're here. We're queer until I finally come out of the closet. Then I say, "Hey, hurrah! My name is Taylor." But until such time,
Then at that point, I'll be
I will
queer.
be yeah, dyke. Dyke.
I like my ladies.
I'll wear the lumberjack.
Ooh,
I'll
you'll
wear
be
the
like a diesel
lumberjack.
dyke for me? Yes.
Ew.
Ah.
Ugh. That's like that thing in Austin, that like chick that had like the hairy armpits and like the weird like
No, see, that's
ugh.
gross. I don't know. I've seen some, lesbians that are more they look more masculine, like, they dress more boyish. I think they're pretty hot.
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
there's
some
no,
of them are. Some
why
of them
would you
are.
want no.
Yeah.
If you have this shape as me, but you just have a vagina, can I identify as a woman? Because normally it's like it's like the butch chicks go with like hot lesbians. That's normally
Ew.
like so weird. All right, so okay, so before we get into that and everything else, like I said, we're on YouTube, Rumble, Spotify. Check us out. We're here 5 days a week, 9 a.m. Unless Kim doesn't set it up at the proper time, then you can blame her.
7 AM,
But
actually,
why 7 a.m.? Why so early?
because then I can, send it off to the world before I go to work.
Okay, so I guess 7 a.m. All right. I thought it was 9. I'm gonna have to have a meeting. Um, but of course, I'm a little celebration. I know this desk is like, what the fuck?
I know, you need to relax that dick a little.
If uh if this gets any more hyphy, I think Japan might start running from from the beach.
They might. But don't forget to
Yes,
like,
fuck yes.
subscribe, and share us with the world. Also, what else do we got going on right now, Tyler?
Which one? I wanted to say, I think by the time this video is up, we should be at 100 subscribers on YouTube. I know Rumble is lagging. I would much rather have 100 on Rumble than 100 on YouTube. But you know what? You got to fish where the fags are. I mean, where the fish are. You go. Let me try that again. Hold on. Hold on. You fish where the homos are.
I no, you fucked it up again.
You gay bar where the men are. I like how that
Yes.
sounds. I like
Actually, that kinda has a nice little rhyme. It rolls off the tongue
gay.
nicely. I like
Yeah.
it. I like it.
Gay bar where the men are. All right. So speaking of a bunch of gays, so Ezra
Hold
Miller. So
on,
we have
hold
this.
on. Speaking of
What?
swearing, what do we got going on right now? A little
Right.
a little,
We have a campaign. We have a campaign. It's called Curse for a Cause. Every dollar that, or every time we swear on stream or on the video, a dollar will go to a charity in Canada that we are supporting, whether it's people that are fighting for things that we believe in, liberty, freedom, fighting, for maybe like an animal rights, not PETA, not PETA, no, not PETA, no, no, but maybe like animal rescues or animal shelters, things that maybe, just stuff like that. And so at the end of the month, we will cut a check. That's a way to give back.
Yes, and if you would like to
So
join us, in the description box below will also be our PayPal link, which you can also donate there. And of course, that's only if you want to.
yeah. Oh yeah. I don't really bring up the supporting us. just the fact that people are coming and that you're spending your time with us, and hopefully you learn something. Maybe you have a laugh, maybe you have a cry, maybe you have a laugh and a cry. Not at this face. Don't cry at this face. Laugh at this face. Wait, hold on. No, don't. No, that's bullying. You can't. All right, Ezra Miller, the fucking creep. So this was from smallscreen.co in the UK. So it is titled Ezra Miller Kidnaps Teenager on the Run. It was
Oh
revealed
my
last week
god.
that Ezra Miller has reportedly been grooming. So this is the Hollywood where they everyone is Harvey Weinsteining, everyone is they push that the die cult, like the die cult. Mark Ruffalo, if I have to listen to your stupid green cock fucking face again, oh my god, I can't watch Avengers because I see this fucking mega
I
cuck.
know. You ruined
Like,
it.
I'm I'm here on behalf of the Wet'suwet'en First Nation to combat the RBC pipeline. Shut up, idiot. You're the same dumb motherfucker that went to Flint, Michigan, or that had to advocate for gas being leaked into people's water lines when it was completely debunked. Well, I'm advocating for the people, and the people told you to get out. They said, "Hey, you green bitch, fuck off back to your shitty state."
Creep pitch.
Like, and to be fair, like I've said before, like the amount of homelessness. The crazy thing is, so I've never talked about this before. Homeless shelters don't want to solve the problem. I know we're on a little aside right now, but you hear how ridiculous that is? It is good business because let's say if I have a homeless shelter and I get a $300,000 budget from the government. Well, if I solve the homeless problem, my job goes away. So again, it's one of those things that you don't want to solve the problem. Oh, it's trying to be, but okay. Oh, Ezra Miller has reportedly been grooming a Aboriginal boy. I'm not going to say his name. I'm
Boy?
not. Well, it's a boy.
It looks like a
Yeah.
girl.
Sorry. It was a girl. Sorry. He's a boy, but
Yeah.
he identifies as a they them. So we're already playing this stupid identity whatever. But dude, this dude's a piece of shit. Not a good
Yeah,
person.
she's cute. Like, she looks so young and innocent. It's disturbing.
Yeah, so now her parents are seeking an order of protection against Ezra Miller. They are alleging that from the moment Ezra Miller and Dakota met back in 2016 at the Standing Rock Reservation in North Dakota, the Fantastic Beasts and Justice League actor has been exploiting her. Dakota was 12. 12. And he was 23. So again,
It's almost oh,
can someone please explain to me how they're not they're this isn't being like at how many points is when a boy goes into a girl's washroom and is anally rapes her in a school, and how many more times does that happen when a man suddenly identifies as a woman, goes into a prison and rapes women, or they go into certain areas that are supposed to be for women and they're what? They're exploited. They're sexually assaulted. And I'm not saying this happens all the time, but if you start to see a pattern, humans are really good at pattern recognition. That is one thing we are good at.
well, and people are also
The-
really good at screwing the system. They find one little hole in it and they're like, "Ooh, I know how to get through this." So what is the best way for somebody who is a pedophile and likes young children? What are
Predator.
they going
Yeah.
to do? Nine like a huge chunk of them do what? They're well, they're priests obviously. Teachers,
Yeah.
they hang around young kids, like they do things that are put them around the things that they like, right?
Mhm.
And
Especially in positions of authority where
yes.
you are expected to have a level of trust like, "Hey, I'm your pastor or I'm your teacher. We're going to share this little experience together." Exact. Don't tell anyone.
Our special thing. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Make the kid feel
Hey,
special and just yeah, it's so gross. Like it really is. And like so I don't even know, like honestly, like it puts things like this into question because okay, is Ezra Miller really somebody who I
Miller Lite.
who identifies as a them, they, and dresses more feminine and stuff like that now into whatever? Or is he just using this as a way to what? Cheat the system because then he can go into bathrooms and stuff like that. People are a lot more lenient. I mean, hell, they take their kids to freaking drag shows and strip shows now. So, as long as
Oh,
it's in the name of not, trying to be woke, people are going to allow things to happen. So it's what I'm a male who rapes women, but I identify as a female, so put me in a female prison.
yeah, okay, so, I'll say this. It seems like the Rainbow Society has a pedophile problem.
Yes, and it's not their fault. It's literally the fault of the
No,
system that are allowing
I don't
certain
agree with
things.
you.
Well, I mean,
I
it's
don't agree with you.
okay, but maybe the way that you're saying it, the way that I'm intending it is completely different. I'm not going to sit there and blame all the gay people and stuff like that because of some pedophiles leaking into their system. No, I'm blaming the people who are pushing
Uh,
this shit.
no, that's not what's happening here. There are a lot of gay people, especially in this the trans push is total acceptance where they say maps. Minor
Oh,
attracted people because they see, but this is the thing. It's not like they're saying, "Hey, we disavow this." I have yet to see any what leader, any organization, any community saying that. All they say is, "No, we don't do that." Well, weird because we keep hearing it more and more. Why are you having men dressed as women strip for children?
I
Why?
I
Well, you're not accepting. No, shut up. So you are seeing more and more of this year. It's been drags for children. That's what this whole it's been the summer of drags for children. That's what this whole ever since Pride has started.
yeah.
I mean this month, yeah, it's been or I shouldn't say it hasn't been this overt or it hasn't been that focused, but you don't see them saying, "Hey, the Pride events, these are adults. This is adult entertainment." No, what do they say? Bring your children. Here, come watch a man smack another man's ass with a whip.
Drag
Watch
your
people walking around.
kids to pride.
Yeah. So so again, I will say the Rainbow Society has a pedophile problem. Whether it's leadership or it's just baked into the cake.
Well, okay,
So
I will agree with that. My only pushback is that there needs to be more Blair Whites in the world who will stand up and say this is not right. Like there are people who are part of the LGBTQ society that they need to be standing up more and saying like this is
but
not okay as opposed to just
even
allowing all this to transpire.
even her, which I find so funny that she's called a transphobe.
I
Caitlyn
know.
Jenner is called a transphobe. Caitlyn Jenner was Bruce Jenner, and I'm not trying to dead name, but are you aware that Caitlyn Jenner was a man, was an Olympic athlete, was an Olympic gold recipient?
Yeah, and even he's
So
saying that trans men should not be competing against women. And yet, yeah,
yeah,
then he gets all this backlash and stuff like that. If you're going to take advice from anybody, take advice from somebody who is an Olympic medalist, who has literally been there,
yeah,
done that. And even he is saying, or she, sorry, is saying that no, this is not right. This is not okay. Like there is a huge not what's the word I'm looking for? Gap
there's a
here.
large disconnect.
Disconnect, thank
There's
you.
a disconnect. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, so again, it seems like the that exploitation of children, you're seeing it with teachers en masse. Libs of TikTok is exposing it over and over and over again to the point where Twitter, where it calls to have these people killed, is fine on Twitter. And you know what they do? So you remember on TikTok used to have an interesting little um how they dealt with like bullies. So let's say if I was on TikTok and I said, you need to, fat pride and fat acceptance and all this stuff.
Mhm.
You know what TikTok did do? And I actually praised TikTok for it. They banned the people that were calling for, you need to accept me, you need to do this, you need to do that. They were initially banning that. And then the Chinese government recognized how destabilizing that is to put this psychosis up front.
Oh,
And then,
100%. It's for anybody who is not aware of this, and I wasn't even aware of this until recently. The Chinese TikTok and the American/Canadian TikTok, very, very different. The
mhm,
Chinese TikTok, all their videos are literally educational videos. They're videos of people thriving, of doing really neat science experiments and stuff like that. It's all this really cool stuff where they literally, with the American ones, they push for all this mental this because it's literally
yeah,
it's what is it doing? It's
but
taking it like, it's taking things
oh,
down, like, it's literally, like, showing the craziness of the thing, and it's letting all of us literally just tear each other down, and
mhm,
they're literally watching a fricking bomb go off.
yeah. So okay, so with this
Destruction,
Ezra
there's
Miller, and yeah, so we're seeing a big shift with, you know, like I said, that this is kind of being accepted and it's advocated for. At some point, like, only people I really see that are, say, on that side, so to speak. Yeah, in terms of prominent figures, Dave Rubin. Well, they call him a transphobe, even though he's a gay man. He just doesn't tell. Like he doesn't. He just he'll make a joke about it, but he's not like, you need to recognize that I'm gay. Like I'm sure if someone came up to him and said, "Oh, if they seen a ring on it, on his hand or whatever, I'm sure if they said like, "Oh, that's a beautiful ring," uh, you know, how's do you like your wife's ring or some I don't know what the fuck people would say. Like what the fuck? I don't know.
"Where's your wife? Can
But
I meet her?" Yeah, like, just something, you know?
yeah, and he would go, "Oh, actually, it'd be my husband. I'm gay."
Mhm.
Oh, that's it. It's not like, "Oh my god, you assumed I'm married to a woman." Yeah, because about 95% of people are heterosexual. So I think it's a fair kind of stab in the dark.
I mean,
But
it's different when you have somebody who is very, uh flaming, I guess? I don't know if that's okay to say anymore, to be honest, but somebody who's very flamboyant, right? Like, if you see somebody who's flamboyant, I mean, in that situation, I'd
oh
probably be like,
god.
"Can I meet your partner?" Because I wouldn't know, right? They could either be metrosexual or they could be homosexual, right? So you don't really know. But, I mean
Well, people you kind of pick it up. Like that's the
exactly.
thing. There are certain things like, if you were out with a bunch of guys and like for men and you go, "Hey, like that's the I don't know, let's go see Rippers or some shit like that." And you see one guy and he's like not really watching them. It's like, "Oh, okay, I get it. He's not really having a good time here." Like he might be having fun, but he's probably like, "Hey, hey, hey, look at the women. Stop looking at me. The fuck, man?" Like
Are you kidding? He wouldn't just be doing that, he'd be looking at them going, "Ew, ew, gross. Ew, put that away, honey. Put some clothes on."
All right, so let's kind of segue.
So
Did you
gross.
know that the guy with the Segway killed himself by accident on a Segway?
I don't
He was trying to do a stunt over. No, 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 it's not a joke. It's just funny. The guy that built the Segway, the self-propelled thing, it drove off a cliff, killing him.
what's a segue?
The thing that you ride on, the fucking gay thing with the tires, like it's the Fagmobile. I don't know what a Segway
Okay,
is.
I need to look this up. I thought it was just a word to get into another topic.
Oh, well,
Oh,
I'm
shit, it's a
segueing.
thing.
But
It's like a little weird oh, it's like a little here, I'll show you guys. It's like a little scooter thing, but it's actually got handles on it, so like, it's almost like one of those,
yeah.
yeah, y'all can see. Well, I guess for people who can't see, it's like, those boards
Oh
that
no, no,
people
wait,
go
wait, wait,
on
wait. You don't. You don't need to explain it. Everyone knows what a Segway is, but
I
you.
didn't, so maybe there's other people out there who didn't. It's like those little board
But
things with the wheels on it that you gotta balance on, but this one's actually got, like, a handle. To anybody else out there who is just as ignorant as I am. Yeah, I
oh
100%
my
didn't know it was
god,
a
I can't
thing.
believe you didn't.
No, I thought it was literally just a word talking about, like, going into a different topic.
Well, that is what a Segway is to go on a different topic. But it's really a this thing's been around for like 20 something years.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
living under a rock,
Okay.
buddy.
Oh, so our like I said on the outset, our wonderful womanizer emperor, Justin Trudeau, has been so compassionate, so forgiving. You know, the Lord taketh and the Lord giveth. Um, from Omar Algebra, whatever, Hey Arnold, as we affectionately call him. I have never seen someone that looks so unkempt in such a prominent position. And yes, it's unkempt.
I like
I know. I know. Uh, but that's the word. It's not unkept.
I know.
Kempt. Kempt.
That I actually
I don't know,
knew.
but people think that that's not a word. I'm not saying you. Maybe I'm not always talking to you. Maybe I'm talking to me. Maybe I'm talking to the camera. All right. So after after a year and a half, the government has finally figured it out. You know what? I'll be generous and I'll say 6 months because I know government's really slow. They're really slow to it. They're very fast at enacting. They're very slow to repeal things. And to be fair, it's not. They're not like abolishing it. So let's get right into this. Well, from Hey Arnold himself, we are following the latest science and are watch this word suspending the current domestic vaccine mandates for air and rail passengers. The latest science, the latest
Okay.
6 months ago.
Yeah, taking a minute.
Yeah, because there's now liberal MPs that are telling the government what you're doing is wrong. You're fucking everything up. Do you want to win another election? Like, do you just want to tank the Liberal Party? Because you're doing a great job of tanking the Liberal Party. And not to be, to be fair, like look at the NDP. The NDP has not been the workers' party since Jack Layton died. They've gone super leftist and embrace this woke ideology where they have someone that literally advocates for communism as somehow workers' rights. Uh, those two things don't compute. Like they're two. You're docking. You can't. They don't
They
work.
don't fit together. It's not it's
Yeah.
there's
Y-
no male, female. Well,
Yeah. No.
so to speak, relax
It's
people.
just docking.
Just
That's all it
thinking about
is.
chords.
Words.
Yes,
Docking.
no, chords, because you have a male end and a female end.
Oh, see, I was talking about 2 dicks, like, you can't fuck 2 dicks, like,
Oh, yes. Yes.
they don't work.
No.
Can you imagine? No, you know what? I'm not gonna.
I
I'll
wonder
spare
if
you.
they, like, sword fight. I 100% would.
Oh, I'm sure gay guys do.
I 100% would. If I was a gay guy,
Gay guys
100%
are
would.
weird. That's all they do. Yeah, but it's I don't know, like,
And
if
they
you're
make,
hitting
like,
each other, like, it's
lightsaber
not
noises.
erotic.
Lightsaber noises too, and then the other one's like, "Luke, I am your father." You know? That sounds like a good time.
Sounds gay. Alright, again, so they are suspending. So watch those words. We are suspending from June was it June 11th to June 30th. I think were the numbers that I was seeing.
Well, it says June 20th on this thing that you have here. On June 20th, we're suspending the mandates.
Oh, okay. So, okay. So then, I don't know. I'm retarded. Okay, don't make fun of me.
Too late.
All right, so June 20th. So from June 20th to June 30th, because I was seeing till the 30th of June that they were suspending it, and then they would reevaluate it because Justin Trudeau. I like I'm trying to grasp it. Only thing I really wanted to pull up. I don't care about this because I think this guy's a fucking moron. I think the Liberal government is at best ineffective, at worst intentionally destructive. But look at that ratio. Does that not give you a justice boner?
Ooh, a
Like
little
you
bit. I didn't even
stupid.
notice that, yeah.
And
Gee,
and
thanks.
so I all I commented was, yeah, I'm here for the ratio, you libtard cucks. Because I'm an asshole.
That's a true story. True story, yeah.
Libtards are cucks. Case in point, where a guy womanizes and abuses women and then says, I'm an advocate, I'm a feminist. Shut up. No, you're a beta cuck. Everyone knows you're a beta cuck. I was gay. Okay. So I seen what you did. You're stupid. Wow. So okay, so they're suspending the vaccine mandates. Oh, so generous. And have you seen about the how the wait lines at airports have been like atrocious, like up to 3 hours?
I can 100% see it considering the fact that literally getting a passport apparently takes forever now.
So and also, Mr. Hey Arnold, put this out. Listen, okay, you really have to listen to what is being said here. Really, really, you gotta cut it open and dissect it a little bit. Play with its innards a little bit because what he said makes no fucking sense. None. Canadians expect our government to deliver. And that's exactly what we are doing. In May, 23% of departing passengers waited more than 15 minutes at Toronto Pearson Airport. This number is now down to 10%. We will continue to work to reduce wait times even more.
Okay.
So, okay, so the big issue that people have been having is with arrivals. So chaos at Toronto. So from the CBC. So we'll get back to what this fucking moron said. And again, it's the idea of saying something completely irrelevant of what's actually, what the topic is actually about.
Well,
So
this
from the
seems to be what they're good
CBC,
at.
over the last 2 months, so June, May, at least. Could we throw in a little April? A little April?
No.
No, just June and May.
Yeah.
I'm throwing in April. Fuck you. Over the last 2 months, travelers at Pearson have faced long lineups, delays, and cancellations, which some blame on continuing COVID-19 restrictions and labor shortages. This is from CBC, so it is much worse because they have to spin it as nice as possible to get that $1.2 billion, from you know. So D is the says while Canada's Minister of Transportation, A. Arnold, has promised 400 new screening officers starting at the end of June, he doubts that's going to make a huge difference. Another business leader, John De Silva, president and CEO of the Toronto region, international passengers are being forced to wait up to 3 hours. So we're talking about arrival times. You idiot, you dumb. See, but this is the thing. He says, "Oh well, look, we my assumption, okay? I'm not in his head. I'm not familiar with Hey Arnold's thinking. Canadians expect us to deliver, and that's exactly what we are doing. In May, 23% of departing passengers, so 23% had to have waited more than 15 minutes. This number is now down to 10. We're talking about people leaving, okay?
15 minutes. That sounds
The
like a
problem is
really long time.
yeah, yeah. The big complaint is people arriving. You understand that?
No.
So again, so he is saying people, and I would assume it's not people that are necessarily like have to go through the check-in because it's 2 hours anyways from your arrival at the airport to go through, get your asshole fingered, grab, get throw off your luggage, and then finally get on
Hold
the plane.
on. Hold is that part of the go through thing?
Yeah, you might
Ah,
be a terrorist.
okay, well, I know what I'm doing on for date night. I'm going to the airport.
Me too. I know. I'm gonna say, hey, I'm here for that sweet cavity search. Sir, do you have an airplane ticket?
No, but
No.
I am hiding
My
drugs.
do- my doctor's all busy, and I need this prostate exam isn't gonna do itself. So
You can always just hold a sign from that drag bar. It ain't gonna lick itself, you
yeah,
know?
it ain't gonna finger itself, even though I got a
Like,
couple
I can't
fingies.
quite reach, so I need some help. Sorry.
Okay, but so they're saying international passengers are being forced to wait up to 3 hours, sometimes inside the aircraft they flew in on because longer processing times by customs officers. Okay, are you hearing that? He's talking about people that are leaving. My assumption, okay, is from when they have already checked in and they're on the plane. They have reduced the time it takes for the plane to taxi to the runway and then gears up off to wherever you're going. That's what it sounds like. Yeah, people are talking about arriving is 3 hours. Yeah, yeah. CATSA is overwhelmed. Border crossing, you have one or two agents actually processing at port of entries
Sorry, I was
for
totally muted
hundreds of
there.
people.
Yeah, I
Oh, thank
said
God.
I fuck you. I said, "Yes, it sounds like that's the time that they're counting, not the time that you're actually sitting in a chair waiting to actually board."
Or not necessarily waiting to board from when you check your ticket
Yeah.
to when you finally board the plane. Yeah, like, and but this is what the government is famous for doing. Again, Justin Trudeau got his vaccine, or he got COVID again, but this was a guy that was triple jab, double masked, and somehow still got it.
Double masked? When and
And
where exactly?
oh, he was double masking. He was
Oh,
double.
was
He's a,
he?
look up,
When
look
cameras were
look it
around.
up.
That's about all. When he knew
Well,
cameras were
no,
watching.
100%. 100%. Even I made fun of my mom because she was double masking. Like,
I
you fucking
know.
idiot. That doesn't do
Did
anything.
you see that one
But,
comedian? Oh, I can't remember what his name is, but he literally put 10 masks on when he was at the airport. He cut like 2 little holes for his eyes. He's like, I I'm being fully protected. Oh, it was
yeah,
hilarious.
it's okay. So I don't want to spend too much time on this, but again, it's the scene, and when Justin Trudeau first got it, he said, vaccines are 100% safe and effective. That's not true. That's never been true. That has, saying that in itself is misinformation. Bill C-11, which the government wants to, tell you to shut the fuck up and, do what we're telling you.
No.
No, no vaccine is ever 100% effective. But you know what?
Sweetie, whatever
When
comes out of Trudeau's mouth is science. It's fact. Anything else you say contrary to what comes out of his stupid is misinformation. You gotta get it right.
what comes out of his stupid, whatever comes out of his stupid, I like that.
Yes.
All right. So again, this is, government gaslighting you, government, obfuscating actual information. Oh, that we are suspending. Oh, you're so benevolent. Get fucked. Get fucked. If these are the same people that said that your job isn't worth anything. Your job is useless. We don't need you. If you want to work, no, fuck you. How about we put you in debt and totally crater our economy? Let's move on to Christina Aguilera at LA Pride. Let me set this up a little bit. So this is supposed to be an event for the family. Okay, this is supposed to be an event. I say again, for the family. All children. It is specifically geared towards children.
Sorry.
God damn, people took over a fucking rainbow and still not enough for them.
Hold on. Anybody who's actually watching, did anybody else see what I just saw? See, because Tyler is in a totally different place, he's obviously not at home with me, so it's not as clear and he's pixely. should just back it up a little bit. He looked like he had Michael Jackson nose for a second. Like, it went really pixely, and he had, like, the creepiest looking nose ever. Yeah, sorry. I couldn't help myself but
No,
to share that with you.
no. Okay, so this was during one of her performances, and the gay community is this is where I say it's baked into the cake. This isn't a as they say, this isn't a bug, this is a feature. They're expecting to sexualize children. When people are
Yes.
not talking about this, saying that, "Hey, maybe we shouldn't be." Why is a gay conservative being called a trans? Why is a trans man, like a man to a woman, being called a transphobe when they're
I
saying, "Hey,
know.
this is fucked up. Whatever is going on here."
Like, that makes it
All right, so
literally it
let's play
makes
this. So
no
this
sense
is
to
from
me. It really doesn't. Sorry, because you mentioned it. Like, Blair White is a phenomenal person, and the fact that she actually has a head on her shoulders, the fact that people call her transphobic and stuff like that, and anybody who associates with her, it's just I mean, y'all are dumb. You really are. And if you haven't heard of Blair White, go check her out. She's freaking awesome.
yeah, Blair White, and she's also was it there's Blair Black. I love listening to her. I think she's fantastic
Well,
because
Blair
but she's not playing make believe. That's the thing. She's not
correct.
playing make believe. She's aware of, hey, that yeah. As soon as I go off my hormones, oh the hair comes back, like everything goes. And she's aware of what's going on. She's not in some bizarro world where okay. So let's just play this. So this, all right, play it.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Okay, so this is what one of
Okay.
Christina
Oh my
Aguilera's shows.
god.
Oh
Yes,
oh
this
my
was at
god!
L.A. Pride,
What is that?
and so again,
Oh my god.
this is geared towards children.
That thing is
Get that very
huge.
very clear.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus
So
Christ.
this is like, and she is
Oh my god.
all right. Okay, all right. That's enough.
I don't know,
That's
I
enough.
don't think I can
She
stop
looks
watching. It's like a car crash. Like like, dude, that thing is
and this
huge.
is towards she okay, so how can this, and that's for sure adult gay people, be so problematic for others? I don't get it. By the way, Xtina Queen taught me someday. That's one of the comments. Billboard Hot 100.
I
Like you're seeing all like this thing's fucking homos.
I can't read
Again, I'm trying
oh,
to understand this. Like
I wow.
this is geared towards children.
What does that surprise you? They're taking kids to drag shows. They're taking kids to like clubs. They're literally having a 5-year-old stick freaking dollar bills in strippers' G-strings. Like, does this really surprise you in the slightest? I mean, like we've said before, it's literally all in the name of wokeism. That's all it is. And I'm sorry, but like, when will people like enough is enough? Like, this is seriously fucked up. Are we keeping track of these swears today? Because that's fucked up. Fucked up.
I've been in the Brighton Parade and it was one of the most memorable and epic days of my life. Christina will slay for sure. I'm so jealous of everyone who will be a part. So again, this is where at some point you gotta say, my gosh, she is fucking ugly. She is not. She is not beautiful anymore. Like she had that kind of like slutty fucking like hotness, like you know I said
Mhm.
on the outset. But I just put it in the show map just below it. She is not attractive.
No, I gotta say, I don't know. I gotta say, I've seen drag queens dressed up as Christina Aguilera that look better. Just saying.
But she's had like a bunch of plastics, like the plastic surgery, all this type of stuff. So
But what is the okay,
so
the
yeah,
outfit
so
that
this was
she's
from out.
wearing when she sorry, the outfit that she's wearing when she's got the freaking strap on, it looks like a female Hulk with
Yeah,
like it's all weird and muscular looking.
it,
Like it's just so messed up looking. What the hell?
yeah. I okay. So this is from Out Magazine. So the queer icon put a wildly provocative performance over the weekend. This is a gay magazine. Threw it back to Moulin Rouge with Lady Marmalade, featuring Maya, and bringing Paris Hilton out to DJ and perform Stars Are Blind. This would have already been an iconic moment in LA Pride history, as well as Christina's performance history. Regardless of the context, but the fact that calls to rid Pride of kink and sanitize the entire affair for the sake of attending families has has bumped around on Tumblr for the past several years makes her bold fashion move even more amazing. So even this news article is saying even though there have been calls to maybe not have chicks running around with giant dildos fucking other girls in the ass or whatever, or guys whipping men, or people stripping for children, even though there have been calls for that, it's so brave of her to do the absolute opposite. While children are supposed to be, this is supposed to be for families, as the article clearly states.
Okay. Okay, I think I got it. Okay. So apparently it's okay to
Rumors,
do
pedophile.
gross sex things in front of children, which I mean, I don't feel comfortable
Mhm.
doing. So that's just gross. But and like and I think, oh my god, I think I just figured it out. I figured out how to make us number one, babe. I need to get a vagina hat and a huge strap on and just walk around like that. Because that's the in thing now, right? Just wearing, like, a giant dick and a vagina as a hat.
Okay.
I think I got it.
You froze on me. God, I wish it would have frozen like a weird, like,
No, it wa you were, like, frozen just like, "Hmm?" I was like, "Okay, is there a smirk in there somewhere?" Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna get a vagina hat and a giant dick. Oh my god. And then you can get a giant dick hat and walk around with a freaking giant vagina around your waist. Oh my god, we should do this. We should do this. We will be
yeah.
so woke.
How how about no? So Christina had said this. This is what she said during her performance. You are my family. I am so happy to always give back to you and give a voice, or try to anybody that feels like they're suppressed. Who? Who's suppressed here? Who? In
I am a little bit.
2022, where they're where you can strip in front of children, and you don't have large pushback, which it blows my mind.
I'm suppressed
I've
because
Hail
I
Hitler.
can't no. I was trying to raise my hand. Like, "Hello, me. Pick me." No, I'm suppressed because I'm not like, I can't be a real woman anymore. There is no real women
No,
anymore. So I'm suppressed.
no, you're not allowed.
Nope.
So she says, embracing your sexuality. Okay, embracing who you are. I'm so proud to call you my family and to know that we've done this thing together. So again, it's the idea of this was geared towards children. You had to know this event was for families.
Hold
And
on.
you thought, you know what would be a great thing? To have a giant 12-inch cock waving in front of children's faces.
I think it was bigger than that. Okay, so hold on. Okay. So, um, you can't be suppressed. So anybody that feels like an outcast. So, what if I'm really into like people peeing on me? Should we do that in
Oh,
public?
what?
Yeah, like should we do
I mean,
that
if
in
you're Jack
public
Murphy, yeah.
or like, other things? Like should we just do that in
That's
public because you don't want to be an outcast.
that's what they were
They need to be
doing.
accepting. Things that we do in the
No,
bedroom.
that's what they were doing at pride events.
Exactly. Things that you do in the privacy of your own bedroom, we should just be putting it out there for everybody to see. I mean, why be
I don't
ashamed?
like,
I mean, George Michael
it's
had it right all along. He really did. when he was like, doing his thing in a bathroom and someone walked in on him, he was just ahead of his time. That's all it was.
What? Trying to find love at the bottom of no, that's Amber Heard, and that was the top of the bottle. But I digress. But so yours again, like I said from the outset, this is not a bug, this is a feature. They are intentionally doing this stuff where they don't call out. I don't see any statements of people saying, "Hey, we should not be doing, drag your kids to Pride. We should not be doing strip shows for children." They're saying, "Well, why are you such a transphobe? Why do you have a problem with it? Why do you care? Why do you have such a problem with it?" Because you're making me care. I seen this thing, a quick little clip from Matt Walsh, and you know what? The funny thing is, I'm agreeing with a fucking ultra conservative more than I am fucking any of these libtards that I'm supposed to supposedly align with. Where he said, "I wouldn't care if a square and a circle are being called. If you're calling a circle a square now, is that I don't care about the geometry, but making me care because you're trying to make two different things mean different things when we can clearly see that they're not." So you are making me care about this. Well, why don't you just let them enjoy their life? Because you are exposing children, because we are seeing the absolute culmination of hedonism, of indoctrination, of pushing propaganda and over sexualizing children. So you could do what? That's where I come for the question I come to. For what end? Because clearly it's not about your internal where you have teachers saying I feel safe and I came out to my children and they had questions. Why are you talking to children about your sex life? If I went up to any child in any situation and I said, "Hey, my wife, she stuck her finger in my ass and fuck did it feel good," you would go, "Excuse me? Get away from my child." But if it's under the umbrella of the Rainbow Society, it's perfectly fine. So it begs the question, what is your end result? Do you want to, because from an outside observer, I'm just looking. Do you want to diddle kids? This is when the state has to get involved because, like, again, I don't care. I'm one of those people. I could not possibly care less what two consenting adults do. In fact, I'm more liberal that way. I don't care as long as it's two consenting adults. By all,
You know what's funny? When you actually like if a child were to go to school and they were to talk about any sort of sexual acts or any sort of sexuality sort of things, right away, CFS would be notified because they'd be wondering, how is a child this young knowing about these type of things? This
mhm.
isn't something that they haven't hit their health class yet. How do they know about these things? So right away, CFS gets notified because people are wondering, like, are the parents subjecting them to porn? Are they having coitus in front of their children? Like, this is not okay.
Why are you
Like,
saying such a gay fucking word?
I don't know because I like that word, but like
It's
it's
so gay. You sound like a douche.
okay.
Ugh. I watched The Big Bang Theory.
Yeah.
Watch The Big Bang Theory without the laugh tracks. You realize what a shitty fucking
Shut
show
up.
that is.
Anyway,
Watch it
whatever.
without the laugh track.
No, you. Anyway.
So bad.
Anyway, but that's the thing. Like, if a child starts talking about stuff like this, right away, it starts triggering people going, okay, this isn't okay. Like, there are some people out there who still have a brain on that neck of theirs. Like, there's still a brain attached. So they're sitting there going, this is not okay. But yet, I mean, how do you know about this, Bobby
If it's
Sue? Oh, well, my parents took me to a drag show. They took me to a strip club, and I put some money in a stripper's cooch. You know,
oh,
I mean,
well, were they trans? Were they trans? Was it if it was a trans thing, it's okay, but if it was a hetero type of thing, no, we're gonna get
I
CFS involved.
right?
This truly shows, like, you again, I have to ask the question, and you know what, this is where I ask, like, I ask this about everything, and that is where my mind has to go is, what is the end result?
Yeah.
A lot of this stuff, with gas prices going up, with the lockdowns, what is the end? What are you trying to accomplish? It was a bubble.
Okay. What's his name? Oh my god. The conspiracy theorist guy.
What
Help me out here.
what are Alex Jones?
Yes. He seems to think that this is like and it's funny because I mentioned it once before and then I heard him on Blair White's podcast, which is I was gonna correct you earlier. She no longer has Blair Black. It's now Blair White podcast. But anyway, but she had Alex Jones on there and he was talking about and even Blair had made a comment about the fact that they're pushing this so much because they think it's a population control type thing.
Oh, well, yeah, if you look at the all of this stuff is pushing for population control.
Yeah.
Gay sex does not encourage children. You know, see, I'm just trying to look at like from let's where do we need to go? Do we need to go all the way to the top to the Bilderberg to the World Economic Forum? All this stuff where they're literally pushing and saying, Bill Gates again. Bill Gates is saying that we need to reduce our population size. We need to
Yeah.
stop all this from happening.
Well, I
But
think I
so
figured it
I
out.
asked that question of, well, what is the end result? Are you and I'm going to come from from the perspective of a parent is, are you just trying to molest children? Is that your goal? Or the kind of the higher mentality, or I shouldn't even say higher mentality, but a different perspective is you just want to limit population.
Yeah.
So you will force this. See, but that doesn't make sense to me. Because people aren't thinking, well, we need to eliminate. So obviously, you start molesting children. That's how you stop baby making. You molest
Well,
the children.
no, it's
But
about okay.
if you're in terms of maybe the chemical castration or the making them sterile, okay, I get that. I can see the argument. It's not lost on me. I get that that's maybe a component of it, but I don't think most people are thinking, well, if I do homosexual stuff, well, obviously I'm helping the planet. I don't think that that's an absolute forefront idea.
One of the things that they had have you clearly you haven't watched the Blair White Alex Jones podcast, right?
No.
Okay. So one of the thought processes in here was, do you remember that video we watched a few episodes back? I don't know, it was probably like a week or so back, where they had those I don't know the proper way to say it without someone freaking out on me, but the mentally challenged people and they were dressed up as like transvestites. They were dressed in like girls' clothes and stuff like that, and they were being all silly.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, the Downs drag.
Yes. Yes. Okay. So that came into play. Not it's not like they showed a video or whatever, but they had talked about stuff like that. So they're kind of in that retrospect because it's okay. Say you have somebody we've talked about this in the past too about people who were part of the reservation the oh my
Yeah,
god
residential schools.
residential schools, thank you. So, okay, so they have issues. They have their they try to deal with their PTSD through drugs and alcohol. Then they have a child who ends up getting um fetal alcohol syndrome or anything else. You know what I mean? Like it kind of carries down again. And
Okay.
so in that retrospect, okay, they got to stop it somewhere, right? So when you have people who have a handicap and then it sounds really bad the way I'm gonna say it, but when they breed together, they're gonna then again have another handicapped child. So to try to stop that line where it is so it doesn't continue on, they're trying to push this whole trans thing on them so then they
Okay.
stop reproducing. Yes.
Yeah, no, I get where the yeah, okay. No, I understand. I see, the thing is I'm not a Bilderberg. I don't like, obviously, they want population control, but, maybe this could be a topic for another day, but it was more I don't know. I always try to I still try to come from the side of I think people in general are they're trying to do the best they can. They're trying, hey, obviously like a lot of people still have a lot of trust in their institutions in positions of authority that the government is trying to help you as best they can, or that all doctors and scientists are acting in your best interest to further society.
But I hope so, for sure.
I'm sure, you know, I'm sure there's a lot of people that still operate under that idea, but my big wake up call was when there were where it was 100% consensus on these vaccines for COVID, and you've seen just the duplicity, or maybe the duality in. You had one side that said everything's perfectly fine. You have nothing to worry about. And then you have very prominent doctors. It isn't like some guy talking, well, I seen the Twin Towers fall down and I was with Obama, or even though Obama wasn't president, I knew Obama and he was trying to do it, or George Bush. But then, like just this crazy conspiracy, like just this guy in his basement talking about this stuff, you know, like that's a very different thing than this is someone's life work. Their life's work is dedicated to the betterment of human society through the innovation of, you know, safer vaccines, safer medicines. And they are immediately called conspiracy theories anti-vaxxers when they literally make the medicine. Like they make it. It's not like it's not like saying that, Henry Ford built the car. Like he didn't build the first car. He had a bunch of people do it. Like these people help, come up with the idea, try to make it so that it's not a problem.
Yeah.
So I do, and that's where I do think a lot of people still have those kind of, not a blind allegiance, but maybe a willful ignorance that if you actually look into it, you realize just how little the government has actually tried to help. And, like some people that we know, they say, I think the government is trying to do their best job. They really are. But then you see, well, but they don't really choose to look into the information. Like I could bring up a ton of stuff where they have gone directly contradictory to how their government actually operates. Like our bills don't get passed based on votes, based on majority. No, they get passed based on how much money a lobbyist group has given our government. So again, we haven't been living in any form of a democracy for years. It's been an oligarchy. It's been a technocracy.
See, and that's what kind of
So
boggles
it's
my mind too, is that like you'll have one person like Fauci stand up or Bill Gates. Bill Gates. I mean, you're taking medical advice from Bill Gates. But anyway. Okay. So you have Bill Gates stand up and he says one thing, but then you actually have somebody who invented the vaccine, who was actually literally there from the beginning to the end of it and actually produced said thing, telling you something different. But nay, nay, I'm not going to believe him. Medical misinformation. Really? Really? Like that just, it honestly like
yeah.
just
So
blows
that's
my mind.
so that's where I do understand kind of the idea of, like there has to be some other type of purpose. Well, but it's a future that doesn't involve you. Okay, I could see that, but I don't think most people are operating under that idea. They just operate under, well, this is what everyone's doing. It's the unthinking majority. It's the herd mentality. It's just a hive mind. They don't think. They just regurgitate what they hear and what they see. And again, lockstep. What is a woman? Well, I don't know. A woman is a woman. Well, okay, but that's saying racism is racism. What is racism? Well, racism is racism. You're not answering the question. It's circular logic or circular. It's a terminating definition. You can't use a word to describe something in what you are describing. I can't say a house. Well, a house is it's a building that you're a building is a house is a building. Well, that doesn't make any sense.
Well, what was the
I don't know what a
stupid?
house is.
What
You have
was
to
this?
explain what it is.
Yeah. What was the stupid that came out of that guy's mouth the other day? I can't define what a woman is because it's just a feeling. It's just, it's however you feel. You feel like a woman. What? What is a woman? Guess what? I'm a woman,
Eh,
but I'm not a woman apparently. I mean,
well, I don't know. All right, so this we could go down on this and down on this like Christina Aguilera. All right, let's. You want to get out of here?
yeah. All right. Thank everybody for taking the time out to listen to some things that we have to say again about the craziness going on in the world today. Hope everybody's had a fantastic hump day. Bounce chicka wow wow. And hopefully you'll get some love when you get home. And don't forget, you can check us out in all the places listed in the description box below. You can check me on Fridays on Twitch, where I live stream me geeking out and playing my big stompy robots with my friends. Um, Other than that, we will catch you again tomorrow. Hope everyone's had, or yeah. Have a great day, everybody. Bye.